I'm curious what role music has played in your life.
I think that music has been an integral part of my life for as long as I can remember. I mean, even when I was really little, my mother and I used to sing in the car. And I remember hearing an orchestra for the first time and thinking, whoa, what is that? You know, I'm just being totally blown away. And then trying to write music when I was about 10 and not really knowing what I was doing, but I was trying to do something, you know. And it's interesting, it's been a profession, but I've played and enjoyed myself and relaxed, but I think that the older I get, the more spiritual sustenance I get from it. You know, it's almost like, I mean, what greater way that I have of starting a day than to sit down and sing with a bunch of kids? I mean, it's absolutely wonderful, and people don't get to do that. You know, so it's kind of a guarded secret, right? But, you know, I'm a lucky guy because I get to take my guitar to work. It's just, you know, it's incredibly relaxing for me. And I think one of the things that I've tried to instill in my students is the joy of creating it, you know, whether it's writing it down or whether it's something you do spontaneously. You know, the joy of making music, particularly with other people, is a trip that you can't get anyplace else. There's a story that I've always told my kids about, I was sitting on the porch of my house playing and practicing. And this guy came down the street with a backpack, and he had an instrument on his back. He had an auto harp on his back. And he stopped down the street and he stood and watched me. He didn't say anything, he just stood and watched me for a few minutes, and then he put his backpack down and brought his instrument up. Didn't say anything, sat down on the porch, and we started playing every song that we knew, and not one word was spoken. And when we ran out of songs, he got up and left, and I never saw him again. But those kinds of things, gives me goosebumps to think about it, because it's just, you can do that anywhere, anytime, with anybody, you know, if you've got something to offer. So that's, you know, that's another special thing I think you get. It's just this enjoyment that you get from playing, the sense of camaraderie that you have when you play with other people, the relationship that you develop with them is almost not like you can get any other way. You know.